The quantity of human beings driving to the UK of EU countries was the minimum it has been for almost 4 persons year in 2017. But down there was a growth in such upcoming of external the EU, the Office Space for Domestic Statistic told, in net migrating the highest with 2011. Common net migrating, the distinction among the quantity of human beings upcoming to dwell in the UK for at low 12 months and such emigration, was 282,000. The government wants to cut common net migrating to the tens of thousands. The common net migrating was up by 33,000 on the early year, statisticians told the drawing was widely steady. The ONS told down there had been an extraordinary design in the estimates of non-EU undergraduate migration in 2016, offering the growth was in reality an abnormality. The ONS figures showed down there were 101,000 net migrants of the EU recent year and 227,000 of external the EU. The net migrating drawing for such upcoming to the UK of external the EU is 227,000. Down there was as well a recording quantity of EU countrymen emigration of the UK, in an alleged 139,000 outgoing in 2017. The just some year while the EU immigration figures came shut to how standard was in 2008. While 134,000 EU citizens leftward the UK. The migrating paper as well showed, this alleged quantity of EU countrymen upcoming to the UK looking for job extended to reduction above the recent year, told the ONS. Or the quantity upcoming to the UK for a certain job has remained steady. Migration Secretary Caroline Noakes told, which these statistics show is how more than of the human beings who are upcoming to the UK are upcoming for the reasons we would wish, to get up a certain job or to research more than EU citizens go on to come rather than keep, and as the ONS include done precise, net migrating has been widely steady with deceased 2016. Yet it is not extraordinary to see quarter ups and downs, we aware more than as necessary to be made if we are to give net migrating downward to stable levels. Net migrating is ongoing to add to the UK people. The 2017 drawing of 282,000 is downward of recording highs written in 2015 and previous 2016. It is the highest for 18 months, yet so over by the government goal of less than rather than 100,000. Immigration has shown a progressive growth with 2015 and is now about 350,000, the ONS told. Migration has stayed approximately steady at on 630,000. The paper showed. Recent year, 240,000 human beings of Europe Association countries came to dwell in Britain. The quantity of EU migrants has been declining with June 2016, the monthly of the plebiscite, and is now at a such standard to medium 2014. At the identical period, immigration of EU citizens of Britain has been constantly growing and at 139,000 is the highest standard on recording. The EU immigration figures are a feature of the quantity of EU citizens residing in Britain. Down there are several 3.5 millionth in the nation, so he's to be anticipated how leaving levels are high now rather than in the 1970s, 80s and 90s. However, the reality they've rising so dramatically would seem to be future testimony of the effect of the Brexit voice. As for migrating of countries external Europe, 311,000 human beings arriving in the UK recent year, behind to levels recent seen in 2011. It suggests how, though if by the government conducted more monitoring of EU migrating following Brexit, the problem of receive the order standard of migration of external Europe remnant. Lord Verdant of Deddington, president of Migrating Look UK, told the new figures were really frustrating. Addition, he's period for by the government to get severe on reduction migration instead of caving in each consumer demand of the migration hall. Madeline Assumption, CEO of the Migrating Observatory at the College of Oxford, told the information suggests the UK is yet an appealing nation, but its charm for EU migrants has rejected significantly above the history pair of year. Dark Household Secretariat Diana Abbott told it was precise to nearly everyone besides Theresa May how the net migrating goal should come. But the main secretary's formal representative told, we stay devoted to earning net migrating downward to stable levels, and how is the tens of thousands?